Hi, thank you for joining me today. It is currently November 1st, 2018, and it's at 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's Thursday, day after the Halloween. What do you think? This year is coming to an end quickly, and I have some excellent news for you. So let's start our screen share and get going on this, shall we? And here is what I've been talking about. That's right. Yesterday when we did the video, I was actually at a negative $31.19. We're currently negative $19.08. That's pretty freaking good. That's $12 or 1,200 pips difference, and it's coming back up like I told you it would. So let's get going on this, shall we? This is New Zealand USD, NZD dollar, NZD USD, US dollar, and it's a buy at a 0.01 lot size. It's the least amount lot size that you can have and that you do, keeping the risk factor fairly low. My entry price was actually at 0.68310, and I put this in June 25th of 2018 at that entry price. My stop loss, go down into the 4 hours so you can see where it's at, is at 0.61310 or 7,000 pips or $70. And it's a negative because it's a stop loss. That's the most I want to lose on this trade. That's why I keep it where it is. My take profit is at 0.75310 or 7,000 pips or $70 profit. Now, I know what you're saying. My stop loss and take profit is the same amount, 1-to-1 ratio, meaning my risk to profit is the same ratio, same amount. So it can go for quite some time. And let me tell you, it has. When I started this, my balance was at $280. In June. It started at $280. Over time, since from then to now, with a little bit of assistance, because I deposited more into my balance, bringing my margin level up, so that gave me $999.78. Now keep in mind, before the night's over, I will be hit with a 4 to 10 cent fee, because after 24 hours, the broker charges a fee for every trade that stays in that long. It's not that big of a deal compared to what you are doing for trading. It really isn't that much. So it will come out within the next half hour or so. With my trade being at a negative 19, it just dropped to $18.99. That's how fast it can go, or how slow it can go. But in under 24 hours, it changed and has done wonderful. Now, I've been asked why I don't have more than one entry price. And the reasoning for that is because this broker actually has a FIFO rule, a first in, first out. So anything more than your first entry price has to wait to come out until the first one comes out. Whether it's a stop loss or a take profit, it does not matter. And you could lose your shirt that way. Keeping just one trade per broker, per chart, keeps my margin level up to 4,786.27%. Most brokers tell you that it's okay if you go to just above 100%. I wouldn't do it though, because you could get stomped out, kicked out of the trade, and lose your balance so quickly with that. Because a broker doesn't want to lose their money. They're more than happy that you lose yours. So if you haven't been trading for an extended period of time, over 90 days, I wouldn't advise you to do a live trade. I would advise you to do a demo so you can learn the skills before you have the possibility of losing your account. And it can happen quickly. So I won't be stomped out of this trade. Not for quite some time, because I'm so high. I could actually move my stop loss to the 2,000 pip, but I don't see the reason why to do that. Do you? Now, keeping my take profit at where it is, it's ideal, because as soon as this trade goes into profit, I'm moving my stop loss over my entry price, above my entry price. So any of the profit that I make, I will not lose, which is fair and smart marketing or managing of your money. Now, I've been asked why I trade on the day time chart and not on the other ones. Let me show you why. Going down to the minute time chart, what can you see here? There is some movement. It's got my attention, but I don't see much of a picture here. I don't have the full story of this trend on this trade. Going to the 5-minute trade time chart, you see a little more movement, but there's still not enough information here. And I wouldn't advise it without any indicators. As you can see, I have no indicators on here. All I have is my stop loss, entry price, and take profit for a reason. And if you haven't been following me, it's because of my health issues. During the night, I have seizures that clean my memory. So I have no memory of anything. And I have to relearn everything before I even can get on and do a video for you. So I have to learn the indicators, the trends, and all the rest of it. And it's kind of overwhelming to learn everything from the time I was like 6 months old to current day. It's a bit much. So I trade without the indicators. The 15-minute time chart, there's more movement here. But I still don't have a clear picture. I don't have the full story of this trade and everything that it's been doing over a period of time. So it's not a good practice to do a trade in the smaller time charts without indicators and without marking up your chart. Going into the 30-minute time chart, now there's quite a bit here. And it can be very well, because you can see right here how quickly it has gone from the 31 clear up to where it is now. And it's pretty good. However, if you haven't been trading for a while, I wouldn't advise this without the indicators. Going into the hour time chart, definitely can see a difference here. I can see some head and shoulders. I can see some test and retest. I can see some support and demand. But I've also been trained on this. I've had the experience. If you are like me, when I wake up in the morning, you wouldn't have a clue what those were. Going into the 4-hour time chart, and like I've stated, this was where I would stop up to about close to 3 months ago, until I realized I wasn't getting the full picture here either. Now, don't get me wrong. If you are a short-term trader and not a long-term trader, you are a swing trader or a swap trader, or you have the experience as well as the indicators and a marked up chart, you by all means can trade in the smaller time charts. I'm not saying you can't. If it's your comfort level, by all means, enjoy and have fun. If you don't mark up your chart, then I wouldn't advise staying there. I would go into the daytime chart, which is where I'm at. And as we've been talking, we actually dropped to negative $18.67 now. And that's exciting. This is exciting because I can actually see what's going on. And when we trade right, but we look left. And looking left, as I told you the other day, probably yesterday, that you start where the trade's at and you run it left to where it was prior. And it's right there. From what I can see, this trade is going to go up. It's going over our entry price. It's going into profit. And it's definitely doing the head and shoulders and the 3 tests and up. 3 hits and up. And it's been doing that for quite some time, almost 5 years ago. So you can't say, hey, you know what? You can't trade. Want to bet? This is what you can do. Now, I've been also asked, where do I get my information? Where do I get my signals? And there's 5 places I go for my signals. Warren Wright and Stevenson Lindor. They are both educators in IML TV or Academy. And they are wonderful at it. They teach from beginner all the way to advanced. And I believe it's Warren Wright that has a naked chart that he teaches on. Next is Christopher Terry, who happens to be the CEO of iMarkets Live and has over 25 years of experience in trading. Experience speaks volumes. Then we have Tracy Walker, and she happens to be my sponsor, but she runs summits as well as webinars that teach people how to trade, how to get in, how to get out, where to put their entry price, their stop loss, their take profit, all of that, how to mark up your charts. She's wonderful at it. And the 5th and final place I get it is Swipe Trades, which is an app on your smartphone. But the only way to get access to all this is to become a customer or a member or a student of iMarkets Live. It's the only way to get access to 4 of the 5. The only one that is otherwise, but she adds extra. So it's just more information, and that's Tracy Walker. Don't worry. The experience, the knowledge, the understanding, and the information is all there. You will not be led astray with this. So now I'm going to stop my screen share and see if there are any questions. Yeah, I gave quite a bit of information. Okay, going once, going twice, and gone. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday evening for here in Eastern Standard Time, or wherever you might be in the world. If it's morning, mid-afternoon, or evening, you go and have a fantastic remainder of your day or night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.